To be or not to be. Not to be.
You know, there was a time in the 80s and 90s when action movies stopped trying to be reasonable. Directors weren't asking, hey, is this believable? They were asking, how big can we make this? Jets flying through explosions, motorcycles jumping off of rooftops, heroes firing enough ammunition to invade a small country, and audiences loved every second of it. So tonight, we are grabbing a 6-pack of pure adrenaline. These 6 action movies were so over the top, they could only come from the 80s and 90s. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. Alright, a 6-pack of pure adrenaline, hell yeah, action here. This isn't about necessarily the best action movies, it's about the movies that looked at the law of physics and politely ignored the hell out of them. The explosions are bigger, the stunts are crazier, and the heroes somehow survive situations that would flatten normal human beings. These are the 6 action movies that decided more is more.
You killed my father. Big mistake.
All right, popping the top on our first pick in our 6-pack is The Last Action Hero. Arnold plays in one of the strangest, most meta, ahead of its time action movies of the 1990s. He plays Jack Slater, the star of an over-the-top action movie franchise. Very meta. But when a kid magically gets pulled into his world, he realizes something. The rules inside action movies are completely ridiculous. Cards can explode if you look at them wrong. Villains give speeches instead of shooting. And Arnold's character can survive absolutely anything. The movie becomes a self-aware parody of 80s action excess, and the irony is the action scenes themselves are still enormous. Helicopters crashing into buildings, car chases through Los Angeles, explosions big enough to level city blocks. Even when it's making fun of the genre, Last Action Hero is still bigger than most action movies ever attempted to be. Very much ahead of its time, very much underrated. Another great one by John McTiernan. Last Action Hero kicks off our 6-pack. And then there is Universal Soldier. Universal Soldier is peak early 90s action madness. You have Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren playing dead soldiers resurrected by the government as genetically enhanced super soldiers. So you have kind of zombie soldiers here. But when their memories start to come back and they start to remember who they are, things begin to spiral out of control. Van Damme's Luke Devereaux begins to remember things from the Vietnam War, and Lundgren's Andrew Scott remembers that he was already unstable and an evil villain before he died. Now you've got 2 nearly indestructible fighters tearing across the country, leaving destruction behind them, and the movie escalates from shootout to truck chases to full-blown super soldier battles, and by the end, it basically turns into 2 tanks trying to destroy each other, and in the meantime, Van Damme just wants to eat. Universal Soldier, definitely a great chaser to our first pop top on this 6-pack. It comes in at number 5. And at number 4 might be one of the coolest action films ever made.
Point Break.
Adios, amigo!
We have Point Break. Point Break is just awesome. Let's just say that right now. Keanu Reeves plays an FBI agent who goes undercover to infiltrate a gang of surfers robbing banks in presidential masks. Yes, that's the premise that would later be ripped off by the Fast and the Furious, basically. But the movie works because it is totally committed to its insanity and to the non-stop adrenaline. Directed by Catherine Bigelow with the assistance of James Cameron on set every day. This thing has skydiving sequence that feel genuinely dangerous because they're actually skydiving. You have Patrick Swayze in here, gunfights on beaches, real surfing, and Patrick Swayze's Bodie leading a gang of philosophical outlaws who are looking for the endless summer. The movie feels reckless, and that reckless energy makes the whole thing electric. They tried to revive it later with a remake. It failed because it can't capture that 80s and 90s adrenaline and magic when people didn't care about anything but entertaining you at full volume. Point Break comes in at number 4. And we are getting warmed up here. We're halfway through our 6-pack of adrenaline-fueled nostalgia, and I hope you're ready to drink a few more because the top 3 movies turn spectacle into an art form. Coming in at number 3 is a trip to the danger zone itself with Top Gun.
I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Listen, Top Gun didn't just make action bigger. Tony Scott took it with Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards, and they made it faster. The story follows Pete Maverick Mitchell, a cocky Navy pilot at the elite Top Gun flight school, but the real star of this movie is the aerial combat. This is the first movie that really used a super 35mm camera. That way they could shove those smaller lenses into a real cockpit. So you have real planes screaming through the sky at hundreds of miles per hour, dogfights that feel like roller coasters, and a camera style, like I said, shoves you right in that cockpit. The movie practically invented the modern adrenaline action montage with sunset jet takeoffs, slow motion high fives, Kenny Loggins blasting the soundtrack, entering the danger zone. Everything about Top Gun is turned up to the maximum, and it is awesome. It works so well, it basically defined action filmmaking for a decade, and the sequel, many years later, brought back the same energy, and that helped save the movie theaters. Top Gun comes in at number 3.
Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
And at number 2 is one that a lot of people have no idea that James Cameron was behind because he wrote it initially. It's Rambo, First Blood, Part 2. Now, this one also stars my man Marty Cove, who I love so much. So you have all these action faces in here with, of course, Sylvester Stallone leading the way. And if the first Rambo movie was grounded and serious, Rambo 2 went completely mythic and over the top, balls to the wall, action all the way as Sylvester Stallone returns to Vietnam on a mission to locate American POWs. And Rambo doesn't just fight soldiers in this. He fights entire damn armies in the jungle. He's got compound bows with exploding tip arrows. He's got his survival knife and helicopters exploding all over the place, machine guns firing endlessly, and Rambo becomes less of a man and a one-man embodiment of a war machine seeking revenge and justice. And the movie takes every action movie trope and amplifies it, turns it up to 11, and it somehow still completely works. Rambo, First Blood Part 2 comes in at number 2. And we are down to our final sip in our 6-pack here, and I cannot think of a better number 1 movie than maybe the most crazy, over-the-top, throw everything into it action movie of all time, and that is True Lies. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got James Cameron again. The man can do some action, all right. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a secret agent living a double life as a boring computer salesman. But when terrorists steal nuclear weapons, his worlds collide in spectacular fashion. And what follows is pure, unadulterated blockbuster insanity that knows exactly what it's doing. You've got horse chases through hotels, you've got Harrier jets hovering over skyscrapers, missiles firing across city skylines, nuclear weapons blowing up islands, Arnold delivering one-liners the entire time with a straight face, shootouts all over the place, crazy side plots in this thing. It is the moment where action movies reach the absolute peak of scale and spectacle. I don't care what you think of it. It has got to be the number one all-encompassing, crazy-ass, awesome action movie of all time, which makes it perfect for number one on our six-pack of awesome films. Look, the 80s and 90s didn't care about subtlety. They chased adrenaline. They chased spectacle. They chased the kind of action that made audiences sit forward in their seats and say, did they really just do that? And sometimes, yes, they did. And honestly, movies today could use a lot more of that energy again. And that's what I got for you this time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. This is our first shot at a six-pack of films, a little bit deeper dives and a little bit longer drinks, but maybe a few less of them. So let me know what you think about it. And if you enjoyed this and you want to join the channel, become a patron, join the YouTube channel. My Patreon link is always in the description. And if you do, you're going to get special members only videos, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, special members only videos, and your name in lights on every single video, and everything helps the channel, and I really do appreciate it. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.